Hello guys, welcome to Jim will Shave. Well, to another shave with Jim. Okay, I've been hammering this Wilkinson Sword Edger for a couple of shaves now, a couple of videos, and this is no different. This is it, the Wilkinson Sword Edger. It's actually the Wilkinson Sword Classic. It's just been re-released under a different name. So this is what you see on the high street now, the Wilkinson Sword Edger. Also on Amazon, eBay, places like that. Very easy to get hold of. £12 sterling in the UK. I do believe from research I've done it's Chinese made. And also on the high street, certainly in the UK, but yeah, most of Europe also, is the King C Gillette. So these are the two. Well, I'm not counting the plastic Wilkinson sword razor, but that still is out there. But these are the two that'll probably catch a newcomer's eye, a newcomer to this way of shaving. Somebody who's fed up spending 25, 30 quid on cartridges. They're looking down the shelves. They're going to come on these, and hopefully one or two people will be thinking, what's that all about? So I've done this before, when this was called the Wilkinson Sword Classic DE safety razor, but now it's the Wilkinson Sword Edger. And this also uses edge in the marketing, the King C Gillette. So I'm going to pit the two together, just to show you, for in comparison. Because I'm assuming if anybody stumbled upon this video, they've either put the word Wilkinson Sword Edger in the search engine, or the King C Gillette double-edged safety razor in the search engine, and you've been unfortunate to stumble upon my ugly mug. I do apologise about that, but we're going to get this bristle off. It'll look a little bit better then. Okay, so that's what we're doing today. Wilkinson Sword, the Edger, versus, well, not versus, just comparing against the King C Gillette. Just make sure everything's working there, and it is, because right, first thing, the visible differences between the two razors. King C Gillette, just a little shorter than the Wilkinson Sword. I suppose it's got a shorter handle. See, so I would say this handle length on the King C Gillette adds about 1.25 centimetres extra length on the Wilkinson Sword Edger. This is a one-piece razor. What do I mean by that? I shall show you. You twist the knob at the bottom here. These butterfly doors open up on the top. You place your blade inside there. I hope you can see that. That's a Wilkinson Sword blade. And you just tighten that knob tightly. Make sure those barn doors are shut, nice and tight. And that's how you load the blade. So that's a one-piece razor, i.e. it doesn't come apart, as opposed to the King C Gillette, which is a three-piece razor. Slightly different, well, not slightly different, usually different. You unscrew the whole handle. There you go. Take off the base plate. There's the top cap. That's what we call a top cap. That's what we call a base plate. On there, you'll see the blade. I just mounted that on these two posts here. Well, three if you count the screw. This plate goes on top. These posts come through, and the blade is nicely locked in place. Screw the handle back on. Make sure you do it nice and tightly. Do a quick visual check. Make sure the blades are in line, and they always are on these razors. You don't have to worry about misalignment. Another big difference, I consider a big difference. I don't know if you can make out. Can you hear that? Can you see that? That's the edge of the blade. Here as well, of course. That's the edge of the blade. So the blade is actually longer than the razor head. So these tabs stick out. And it's quite a drastic overhang. I'd say that's about 2.5 millimeters either side of the head. Easy to catch your nostril with, easy to catch your ear flap with. And if you do, that does hurt, believe me, I've done it. The King C Gillette, on the other hand, there's only about less than, maybe about a millimetre, maybe just under a millimetre of blade overhang. Less chance of getting caught there. So that's it. Approximately about the same weight. And they're both nice and shiny, of course. That's what we're going to do. So, just wet the whiskers with warm water. As I say, I'm going to I know you're not all new shavers, there's guys been shaving for years who are watching me, but I'm going to sort of talk in a way as somebody just popped along and, well, they're new to it. So what I'm doing now, I'm just wetting my whiskers to make them nice and soft so they absorb the water. Natural bristle absorbs water, it softens up. And what I'm going to do next, I'm going to lather up. And I just picked this tin up then, and there was an old blade underneath stuck to it. That was close. Don't leave your blades lying around your shaving den. Okay, so let's say this is going to be like a supermarket shave. Everything I'm using today you can find in any UK supermarket, and I've been around most supermarkets in Europe, and I dare say you'll find most things there as well, or your own versions of it. So I'm going to use Hawkins and Brimble shaving cream. That's what it's like inside, nice silky look. It is a cream, but it is on a stiffer side of cream. It's not like a squirty cream, if you know what I mean. And this is LME and ginseng. LME and ginseng. Lightly scented, I give it about 2.5 to a 3, but pleasant. And what I've done, I put some of that into my shaving bowl here. Now, look at that. The brush I'm using today, this is the Wilkinson Sword. You'll find this very, very cheaply in supermarkets. I'm going to put some more water in this, rather actually. Find this very, very cheaply in supermarkets. This is a right battered old thing. I've had this for years. When I started up again doing this way of shaving, I picked this up in a supermarket, and I've been using it for years. Then I stumbled upon YouTube and Amazon and all the rest of it, and the whole world opened up to me. I don't know if you can make out some of my brush collection here, but I've got about 30 shaving brushes there, and I've got some really nice snazzy ones, you know. So I wouldn't use anything like this Wilkinson Sword now, but that said, it's good to get you going. It's good to get you going. And there we go. That's nice. And this Hawkins and Brimble, it's vegetable based. No animal products in it. And what a great lather it makes. It really does. Just checking around here, make sure this camera's still going. I've not got a lot of faith in it recently. It's got a little scab there on my neck from where I shaved the pimple off. In fact, I can take a bit more water into this cream. And it's a very budget friendly cream. And it's, yeah, it's nice. Coats nicely. And it's made in the UK. Then, maybe I've just stumbled upon this. You're probably using shaving cream, shaving foam, shaving gel, that type of thing. I have an aerosol can. That's fine to get you going, but much better to go for proper shaving soaps, proper shaving creams, better stuff in there, better for your skin, less chance of irritations, ingrowns, and it keeps you looking youthful. I don't know about keeping looking youthful. Okay, so it's got razors everywhere here. Okay, I'm going to do a King C Gillette on the right hand side of the face, Wilkinson Sword on the left. I'm not going to include the results of the neck in the comparison because my neck's all swirly, there's different growths everywhere, no symmetry. So I'm just going to work on moustache, chin, sides, cheeks. Okay, so I'll just wet the blade in here on the King C Gillette and we'll crack on. I believe part of the King C Gillette was made in China, and I believe the head, some people think the head was made in Germany. Now I don't know if that's right. Very smooth. Now this brush I've used, even though it's really, really old, there's still bristles falling out, but in my lather, look. Yeah, well, some experts have said it's German made. I think some people have suggested it's made by Müller. I don't know if that's fact, but it's just what I've heard. And what I'm doing now, I'm shaving with the grain. I.e., you stroke the fur of a dog or a cat, and the fur goes smooth, you're stroking with the grain. That's what I'm doing now, I'm shaving with the grain. Got to do 3 passes. Well, I'll tell you this before I even get onto the Wilkinson Sword. Both of these razors, both budget razors, very, very cost friendly. They are very, very good. So don't be thinking that one of these razors is going to come out sky high and the other one's going to come down as trash. It won't be the case. So I have done this comparison before. It's a long time since I've used this shaving cream line. It's nice. It's it's really softened bristles nicely. Again, very cost-effective shaving cream, Hawkins and Brimble. That was a cracking first pass. So I'm picking up the Wilkinson Sword Edger now. Now, I can't remember what my findings were the last time I compared these 2 razors. But you have to remember, I'm also shaving the right hand side of my face, no, the left hand side of my face with my right hand here. So you can never get a completely true comparison. King C Gillette, I find it does feel nicer to use, but both razors are smooth. Wilkinson Sword definitely took more off on the first pass on the moustache there. Definitely, without a shadow of a doubt. But that side of the moustache is a bit rougher than that side for some reason. Okay. Now, although I said I'm shaving with the grain, that's nigh on impossible to do on the neck, as I say, because of all the change of patterns, the swirls and everything that goes on the neck. So what I'm doing is I'm shaving with the majority of the growth on the neck. A little bit of fur down here. Okay, so I'm just going to wet the skin. Reapply for pass number 2. A battered old brush, look at it. Tell you what, I could quite happily use this Hawkins and Brimble every day for the rest of their life. I think Sainsbury's in the UK is the stockist. And now in the UK, we're actually getting Photoradio popping up in some shops. Yeah, so I'm actually getting Italian soaps appearing in the UK, which is nice. Okay, now I'm going to go across the grain. So it's going down, so of course I'm going across. You can either go that way or that way, it's up to you, preference, personal preference. At the end of the day, you're doing it, if you want to shave. No hard and fast rules, it's just what suits you at the end of the day. I mean, I'm no expert, I'm no teacher, just showing you the way I do it. Okay, lovely slickness on the Hawkins and Brimble. Very important thing when it comes down to soap, guys. Don't worry if you're not getting big, massive Santa Claus beers. It's the slickness at the end of the day. I haven't done the neck, have I? Silly boy, silly boy. Mind you can hear that blade working, can't you? It's doing its job fine. And I'm just lowering the neck there, so that the razor head can fit into the hollows of the neck. Okay, same story, other side of the face, across the grain. What time are we at? 7 o'clock. Yeah, I'm away tomorrow with work. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I'm going. The tour I'm doing is the Flying Scotsman, so we're going on the Flying Scotsman train. There's another one of those horrible bristles out of that. Do you know what I mean? Out these Wilkinson Sword brushes, any little tiny flimsy brushes you buy in the supermarket, okay to get you going, but as I say, don't stick with them. You don't need to, because you can get some of the brushes I've showed you there, about 20 quid. Okay, some of them are 70 quid and some of them even more, but yeah, you can get them about 20 quid. You have to a little bit of a crossover there on the comparison, but yeah, it's doing great, doing great. Got a bit of scrub in there. I meant that in the nicest possible way. Right, bit of fresh water, bit of a rinse. Well, I'm not rinsing, I'm just wetting the skin, and I'm just left down. That side of the moustache is definitely better. I hear that? So pretty much the same on the cheeks and the chin. So up to now, there's not a lot in it, but yeah, that side of the moustache is a lot smoother than that side. So it's this is it, the against the grain pass. This lather feels like something more expensive than it actually is. I can't believe I used to use this brush all the time or one like it. Here's another hair coming out, look. But when you are looking on these supermarket shelves, you will come across Wilkinson Sword soap and stuff like that, Wilkinson Sword shaving bowl. Not the best. It's cheap, they'll get you going. Okay. Now I'm going to go against the grain. So you've stroked your dog or your cat along the fur, nice and smooth. So now you go on the other way, ruffle it up. That's what we're doing now, against the grain. Can't believe I explained that way. Now, you hear mention of aggressive razor, mild razor. Well, basically just means an aggressive razor opposed to a mild razor. I wouldn't be taking as many strokes, I wouldn't need to. And here, I'm actually pushing the edge of that razor head up into the nostril, just to clear the air bristle directly in front of the nostril there. And that's where you have to pay particular attention if you're using the Wilkinson Sword Edger. A little bit of struggling there. Well, not struggling, but working quite hard at it, shall we say. I'm doing little strokes and lots of buffing just to get the BBS. What's BBS, I hear you say? Baby but smooth, baby but smooth. You know, when you've had a nice shave and it's like stroking a baby's bum. I don't go stroking babies' bums, incidentally. Just thought I'd mention that. Right. Again with the neck, although I'm going against the grain, I'm going with the majority of the growth. Now, I used the Wilkinson Sword Edger on this side of the neck last time to get a BBS result. I don't even remember, it left a red patch there, so I slightly overshaved of it. But I'm not having that problem here with the King C Gillette. Just wish my lava was a little bit softer. It's drying up on the razor head there. And we go against the grain on the other side. Now, with the King C Gillette on this side going against the grain, I think there was just a smidgen more blade feel. Maybe I'm saying it wrong, because this feels smoother. Just going to move a mirror here, guys, my reflector. See how that razor head's going into the nostrils, and that's overhang. It's not that far off the gristle of my nose. There's another thing, this barley twist grip. It gets slippery with soap, not a very good grip. The King C Gillette, again, that's got a barley twist grip, but it only goes halfway down the handle. So after this series of shaves I'm doing with this King C Gillette and Wilkinson Sword Edger, well, they won't be seeing the light of day for a long time again. Why is that? Well, I've got quite an impressive razor collection, and if you subscribe and carry on viewing, you'll see them all eventually. And even some of my favourite razors I only get around to using once every 6 months. No need to give me funny looks like that. I collect them. Okay, I'm going to call that there. Just going to nip down here, rinse the face in cold water, and pop right back up just as soon as I can. I like rinsing down there because I've got a nice big bathtub and the water gets so cold so quickly. Right, dry off. And we'll see what the findings are, but that's going to be pretty very close. I say it'll probably be different, completely different to the findings I found last time I used the two together, but hey. On BBS, very but smooth. Skin's got that lovely waxy feeling that you get when you've had a good shave. Goatee's clear. Sideys are clear. Now although I don't include the neck is totally BBS. And on this occasion, the final result's completely the same. I don't know if you were counting how many strokes I was making, but I don't suppose you were, because I didn't like mention it. But I think I took more strokes with the King C Gillette on around this side of the face. So I'd have to go back and watch the video and see how many strokes I took with each razor. That's the only way I can differentiate there, whichever razor did the job in the least amount of strokes to see which is the most efficient. Well, I don't think it'll make a lot of difference, but King C Gillette, holding the razor, using the razor, it just feels like a nicer razor to work with. I like the fact that the handle's a little shorter than it is with the Wilkinson Sword Edger. It seems more substantial. The blade just seems locked down more, and it is. And you haven't got the tabs here. They did feel smoother shaving with. Again, Wilkinson Sword, cracking razor. Handle's a little too big for me. I like to shave with the base of the handle resting on my pinky. That's about the point of balance of the razor there, where I am now. So that length's ideal for me. It's too long. Rest it on your pinky, it just feels out of balance. It has to be that long because that's where the screw is for the to open up the barn doors there. Both smooth. I do think that the Wilkinson Sword, I did take fewer strokes, but the King C Gillette felt a little smoother. That's the only way I can call it. It's. I wouldn't say, shaving wise, I wouldn't say either or was better than the other, but in terms of using the razor, holding the razor, how it feels in the hand, I'd go King C Gillette on this occasion. But both good razors, whatever you get, whichever one you choose, you pick the good one. Why don't I get both? Okay, aftershave splash that we can use on the high streets. What have we got here? There you go. Brute. Don't laugh. Lots of us use it. Okay. Lovely. Pick these all up in France, you see, French supermarkets, and no tingle on the face. This tiny little bit of Velcro beneath the lips there, but it is on both sides. So it was down to my technique on the day. So I'll just put that away. I'll quickly recap what we used today. Okay, so this was a comparison shave, comparing the two high street razors that are quite common on the UK high street. That was a King C Gillette I used for the right hand side of the face. Left hand side of the face was the Wilkinson Sword Edger, the Edger as it's called now. In here, they both had a Wilkinson Sword blade. Both blades were on the second use. So for today, again, off the high street, Hawkins and Brimble, LME and ginseng shaving cream. Good stuff, good stuff. That was all whipped up with the Wilkinson Sword. Look at the hairs hanging off that, look. Again, off the high street. Very, very cheap performance. It does the job, but it's not something I'd reach for to shave every day. Right, that was all mixed up in my executive shaving super duper size lathering bowl made in Glasgow. And aftershave slash was the Brute. Okay. Some of you are thinking about either or of those razors. Hope you found it very informative. Hope you got a little bit of help from it. If there's anything you want to know, if I can, I'll answer it. Put it in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe, okay? New subscribers, existing subscribers, future subscribers, I appreciate you all. You all stay there, take care guys, and I'll see you all further down the line. Bye bye now.